Alright, so today we have a Okamoto. This is a 1224DX. This is their Grindex line. This is currently wired for 220, 230 volts, 208. And we're going to go ahead and start it up for you. And that's your hydraulic unit. And we'll start the spindle. Everything is nice and quiet. So right now we have it running manually. You got your cross slide here. These Okamotos are very soft feel to them, very nice. When you want to use this automatic, you have to pull that out because there's a safety switch there. You know, your table speed is controlled here. Faster or slower. Stop the table. You have power up and down, rapid up and down. And you have a digital readout here that's going all along as you're going up and down that you can set back to 0. Then you can go into your hand wheel here and come down. Got 3 different speeds there, so you can come right down and touch off your workpiece. You measure the amount of stock removal that you want to take off. So you put that in the edit mode. Let's say we're going to take off 10 thousandths. We'll do a plunge grind first because it goes quicker. I got my controls here set. You know, you got a little feed. Got your magnet on. Power of the magnet. You've got the step you want to take. Over here I have it on a 5/10. So each time the table goes back and forth, it'll feed 5/10. If I wanted to feed 1,000ths, I can go up to there, or 1,000ths and a half, I can go over to there. So between 1,000ths and a half a thousandths, you've got at least 6 or 7 settings. So there's lots of different increments you could put. And if you wanted to have a spot where it's going to change over and now go into an even finer feed rate, it actually has a fine feed. So you've got a coarse feed and a point that it will change over and go into a fine feed. If you don't want to use fine feed, just coming down, you know, 1 increment is enough for you. You can put these 2 dials on 0 like I have them now. Alright, so when I start the table going, we're not going to be using the cross side or the saddle because we're going to do a plunge. As soon as I go into the automatic, which is this switch here, I'm going to start feeding 5/10 at a time, down to 0. And if that's grinding a little too slow, then you can bump this up. And now you've got a crazy number, but it just calculates what that is. I can put this on 1,000ths. And then down here you said how many spark out passes. So now I have it on 2, so it's going to do 2 times and come to a park. So if you want to go, in that case there, you were feeding on both sides of your workpiece, which may be too much. So you can select just to feed. Oh, we're done already. Hold on. You can select just to feed on the one side of the magnet. So it only comes down on the right side and not the left side. That's a different setting. That's also under the plunge or slot grinding. And it gets to 0 and it does a couple of empty passes. Okay, so next thing would be regular surface grinding. You got to select your mode selector switch there. Get this thing going in and out. You got some adjustments on the side of the machine here. Little sliding knobs here, your dogs. We go into our edit mode. I'll put in a value, say 4,000ths. And when I go into the auto cycle, when the table reverses, because I have this on 1,000ths, it's going to go from 4 to 3. That's going to take a 1/1000th increment. And there it is. I don't know if you can see these numbers. So everything's working nicely. It's quiet. Anytime you want to stop the cycle, you just have to hit this button and it comes to a stop. So that's it. That's the Okamoto 1224DX. Thank you very much.